I was halfway through a cross-country road trip, stopping to visit some relatives who lived in a quiet suburban town. I figured I'd spend a couple of days with them, so I booked a simple Airbnb nearby. Nothing fancy, just a modest home in a calm neighborhood, a perfect place to rest before I continued my journey. It was late, around 10 or 11 p.m., when I finally pulled into the driveway. I grabbed my bags from the trunk, scrolling through my email for the check-in code, when I felt someone behind me. I turned and nearly jumped. A man stood there, smiling faintly in the dim porch light. It was Jay, the Airbnb host. He introduced himself casually, saying he just wanted to help me with my luggage. I hadn't even been outside for a minute, so his sudden appearance caught me off guard. Most hosts I'd stayed with didn't even meet me in person, but I figured he was just being friendly. Maybe he lived nearby. Maybe I was one of his first guests. Jay carried it back to the door and unlocked it for me, giving me a quick tour of the house. He even walked me up to the bedroom, pointing out where everything was before wishing me a good night and heading back downstairs. But I never heard him leave. No door shutting, no car starting, just silence. After a few minutes, curiosity got the better of me and I crept downstairs to check. The living room was empty, the front door shut tight. It felt like he had just vanished. I locked the door, went back upstairs, unpacked, and went to bed. The next morning was uneventful. I visited my relatives, came back around noon, and lounged around the Airbnb all afternoon. That evening, I went out to grab takeout, but when I returned, something was off. The front door was unlocked. I froze, staring at it. I couldn't remember forgetting to lock it, and I'm usually cautious, especially in a place that isn't mine. My mind instantly jumped to Jay. He was friendly, yes, but also strange. Had he come back in while I was gone? I stepped inside cautiously. Hello, Jay? No response. The house was dark and still. I told myself I was overthinking things, set my food down on the coffee table, and turned on the TV. That's when I heard it. A soft thud from the other end of the house. It wasn't loud, but it grabbed my attention immediately. Something about it felt wrong. Like it wasn't just the house settling. I found myself creeping down the hallway toward the sound. At the far end was a small, almost empty room. I flicked on the light. The room was bare, a simple couch, a nightstand, and nothing else. No windows, no decor, just a blank space. The emptiness made my skin crawl. That's when I noticed the faint crease in the wall behind the couch. I pushed the couch aside, revealing a small hatch-like door, barely 3 feet tall. The kind of door you'd never notice if you weren't looking for it. It was locked. There was no keyhole, no lock visible on the outside. It had to be locked from the inside. A chill crept down my spine. Why would a door like this be locked from the inside? I felt like something terrible was behind it. I needed answers. I called Jay. The phone rang. No answer. I called again and again. Still nothing. I moved to the front window, peering out into the darkness, half expecting to see Jay's face watching me from the yard. No one was there. After pacing for a few minutes, I walked back to the little door. My heart sank. It was unlocked. The door creaked open, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into a pitch-black basement. The wooden steps were old and splintered, descending into a void that swallowed the light from the room. I crouched to look closer. That's when I saw the bolt lock. It was on the inside. Someone had just been down there. My body froze, my breath caught in my throat. Whoever unlocked it could still be here. I backed away slowly, every hair on my neck standing up, and moved toward the hallway. My suitcases were upstairs. I needed to grab them and get out before whoever was in this house realized I'd defound their secret. I sprinted up the stairs, shoved everything into my bags with shaking hands, and kept glancing at the bedroom doorway, half expecting someone to appear there. Just as I zipped the last suitcase, I heard a soft creak in the hallway outside. My heart nearly stopped. I grabbed both bags and bolted for the stairs. Every shadow looked like a person. Every corner felt alive. I reached the front door, threw it open, and stumbled outside. My hands were full, so I didn't bother closing it. But as I rushed to the car, the door slammed shut behind me. Someone had closed it. I tore out of the driveway and didn't stop driving until I reached a hotel in another town. Later, I tried calling Jay again. Nothing. I texted him. No response. It was like he vanished. I can't shake the feeling that Jay wasn't just renting out his house. That basement wasn't a storage space or wine cellar. It was a place to hide. And the way the lock slid open just as I stood there, he had been watching me. I still wonder what would have happened if I'd gone down those steps. But deep down, I think I know. I wouldn't have left that house alive.